Is the American dream dead? Some would say yes. Others would say, I don't know. I would say, hell yes. You remember that fun little time in the mid 2000s, late 2000s, 2008, the time when the whole housing market crash happened. If you don't know how that worked, well, insert video here.
The Great Recession, which started back in December 2007, is considered the biggest financial calamity since the Great Depression of 1929. It was caused by unsustainable debt, which led to the so-called subprime loan crisis. Simply put, banks got greedy and lent money to people they knew would have a hard time paying them back. Furthermore, those loans were packaged and sold as financial products on international markets. Rating agencies considered them extremely safe, and reckless investors bought them without blinking. Insurance companies also got greedy and through credit default swaps promised to reimburse investors if something went wrong. Unfortunately, the inevitable happened and borrowers ended up no longer being able to pay the loans back. Needless to say, this caused the entire financial house of cards to collapse. Banks, as well as huge insurance companies such as AIG, ended up on the verge of bankruptcy and were eventually rescued through bailout programs, financed by you and me. Unprecedented measures are still taken to this day in a desperate attempt to revive economies. Interest rates are at zero or even negative in most of the developed world, and central banks are injecting trillions into the financial system each year.
It kind of seems like the old term history repeats itself is kind of ringing true. After the whole pandemic with the low interest rates, everyone thought, I'm gonna just go out, I'm gonna go buy that car, I'm gonna go get that house. My interest rate is 2.7%. My interest rate is 5%. My interest rate is far below the standard. This is a steal. Oh man, I feel so rich. And now it seems as though the tides have turned. I've actually been watching a lot of finance videos, people making really poor financial decisions to help make myself feel better, and it I have to be honest, it does make me feel better. The main thing really that really poked out at me is a regular average house that you want to buy is $400K. You're not gonna find a house for $200K, and if you found one, it's probably a rundown shack that has nothing. When you see all the flashy things, the nice things, and you think to yourself, I can afford that car payment, no biggie. It's just a casual $500, $700, $1,000, $1,500 car payment. It's something slight. It's no biggie. Basically a rent payment now. Car payments have turned into a rent payment. Rent payments have turned into mortgages, and mortgages have just turned into selling your soul. So how is this sustainable? Well, it's not. So my only question is, when collapse? Because I'm not entirely sure how an infrastructure that was built on debt is supposed to continue thriving if your regular American family is struggling to put food on the table and your regular 9-to-5 ain't paying the bills. Because you got a lot of things that you got to pay for. Mortgage, most people have a mortgage. Property tax, even if you own the property, you technically don't, because the government is still spanking you on the butt to pay that property tax. Car insurance, utilities, water, electricity. You probably have Wi-Fi, so you're paying for Wi-Fi. You got cell phone bill. It's kind of scary. I'd be interested to see what's going to happen in the next 4 years if the president's going to do anything. I don't know. I don't have faith in. If you're looking to a person to help you at this point, it's just good luck. If you can't afford your house and you can't make the payments and you kind of default on your payments and you lose the house, right? So what happens when a bunch of people start not paying for their house, right? Kind of seems like the cycle is coming back to that down point. I don't think we've even hit rock bottom yet. I think it's only going to get worse. I mean, the tipping point. Well, I think we're like teetering. We're pretty close. But I mean, the days of working one job, getting the white picket fence and the house, and supporting the wife and kids and the dog, that's over. That's over. That's gone. It's gone. You know how they told us that the retirement age was like 60 or something, and how that's going to go up to like 70? Yeah, that's the reality. I'm fortunate enough to have two loving parents and a set of grandparents that love me dearly and that support me in my endeavors, whatever that may be. But not everybody has that luxury, and for that I am thankful. But it's just, how do we get here? You know what I think we need to do? We all need to just stop paying everything and just let society crumble. We should just let all the infrastructure just fall. We should just let everything stop. They can't force all of us to pay taxes, and they can't force all of us to go to work. If enough of us do it, which would never happen because there's always going to be the group of people that's like, I need to pay my bills. I need to pay my bills. It's just not going to work. So, refer back to this video, I don't know, whenever, the next great financial crisis happens. So, best of luck to everybody. You're going to need it.